Police think a newborn from Austin, known as baby Margot, is safe tonight after she disappeared more than a week ago.
But the mystery surrounding her mother's death is only deepening. Police say Heidi Broussard's body was found at a home in northwest Harris County. That's nearly a 3-hour drive from Broussard's home in South Austin. A car parked at that home is registered to Megan Fieramusca. APD arrested Fieramusca on a kidnapping and tampering with evidence charges. The friend of them tells KXAN that Fieramusca and Broussard have been friends for years. Our Steffi Lee spoke to her today.
This apartment complex is where Heidi Broussard and Margot Carey went missing 8 days ago, and it took a statewide effort to find them. And though police aren't releasing the suspect's name right now because of the ongoing investigation, we've established that the woman in custody is also one of Heidi's best friends. Caressa Potter first met Heidi in church camp when she was 13 and Heidi was 11.
She was beautiful. She was whimsical. She was a free spirit. She loved everybody.
For more than 2 decades, they've talked every day.
Sometimes we got busy and it would be a day or two, but no, not very much time would ever go by, ever. My children are her godchildren, and I am her children's godmother.
That's why news that Megan Fieramusca was arrested in connection to the case comes as a shock. She was another friend from church camp.
I'm disgusted. It's disgusting.
Fieramusca is charged with 2 counts of kidnapping and 1 count of tampering with the corpse. With help from the FBI's Child Abduction Rapid Deployment Team, authorities also recovered a baby at the location, tied to Megan, who they believe is 3-week-old Margot Carey. A DNA test will confirm that.
The baby seems to be in very good health. I know everybody asks, how do we do these things? How are we able to do that? Some of that we can't discuss openly right now because it's ongoing, but I just wanted to stress that these recoveries happen because of dogged police work.
I don't understand how another human being can do another human being, especially not somebody that loved you as much as I loved Megan.
The Harris County Institute of Forensic Sciences just confirmed that the body recovered belongs to Heidi Broussard. The cause of death is strangulation. Austin police say that there may be additional charges filed down the road as they continue their investigation. That will be determined as they uncover additional evidence. In addition to baby Margot, Broussard leaves behind a boyfriend and a 6-year-old son. In Austin, Steffi Lee, back to you.
People who live near where Broussard's body was discovered still cannot believe it happened outside their front doors.
The high-profile case brought dozens of investigators to their neighborhood in Harris County. KXAN's Eugen Cho is live for us there tonight. Eugen, you have been speaking with people there as well as some of Heidi's friends in Central Texas, right?
Yeah, good evening, Sydney and Robert. Whether you personally knew Heidi Broussard or not, many people tell me they just cannot believe something like this has happened. Heidi leaves behind a boyfriend and a 6-year-old son. That son played baseball in Southwest Austin. Now, I talked to some members of that baseball league today, and they told me they're collecting Christmas gifts, gift cards, and baby items to give to Heidi's family. They say Heidi's son was a great player. His mom was proud of every hit, every base run. Those who knew Heidi say they're grieving this terrible loss, and this is just as heartbreaking for those who didn't know her personally. I talked to a lot of people in this neighborhood who have children. Their hearts tonight breaking for baby Margot as well as the 6-year-old. Many were still in shock even after law enforcement agencies left the street.
Perfectly nice people, even though they stay to themselves. You know, how would you even think something like this?
And we called Heidi's boyfriend today, but he did not want to talk. CPS confirms they did respond to this home. They told me the baby is in foster care. The baby is receiving good care while CPS works to verify who her relatives are. Now, we are working to speak with some families of those baseball friends on KXAN News at 9 and 10 tonight. You'll hear their perspective. Back to you.
All right, Eugen Cho, thanks so much. Heidi Broussard's longtime boyfriend and her parents have been desperate for answers. She was last seen the morning of December 12th. Investigators said she dropped her son off at school and then made it back to her apartment. When Shane Carey arrived home later that day, he couldn't find them and got worried. He told us days ago that it didn't make any sense.
She wouldn't leave. Not without an ID. All of her cash was in her purse. Her whole purse is here. Her car's here.
Her parents also insisted there's no way she would ever leave her son.
Something happened. She would not just leave.
Oh, no, she wouldn't do nothing
Her
like this.
son, she'd never leave her son. We love you and we miss you and we need you home.
Investigators told her parents last night they believed they'd found Heidi's body. For a closer look at how this case developed, go to KXAN.com. You'll find a timeline as well as a better understanding of how police were able to find a suspect.
Investigators said it was a team effort to solve this case, but they also recognized the FBI's Child Abduction Rapid Deployment Team. The FBI said they started deploying these teams over a decade ago in 2006, and since then they've been deployed 167 times. They say they know how to run these cases and make sure the investigation moves quickly. They say getting help with resources is critical in the initial period after a child is kidnapped. And make sure to stay with KXAN News for continuing coverage of this story. We have crews in Houston and throughout Austin working to bring you new developments on the air and online at KXAN.com.